better late than never, and
We're here.
I appreciate it. We're here. So we had a bunch of students from UM. We had people from the community. We had members of Nucleus. We had select members from the Overtown Youth Center. We had PR agencies. We had a lot of people here. And we talked about transferable skill sets.
Right.
I mean, it was Rick. So we talked about transferable skill sets from being a drug lord to business and to relationships and people. And it was good. And that's what and then Rick originally was going to record his first episode of the podcast with you, which you have an unbelievable story as well.
Right.
We were just talking a lot about free speech and how America still has free speech. And, we have censorship and we got censorship and we get, cancel culture and all this. And I was like, guys, cancel culture, like, you got arrested on stage.
Right, yeah.
I mean, what was that like?
That was amazing. That was an amazing story. That was amazing. Just saying, okay, gonna get locked up. Knowing you're gonna get locked up.
And you knew you were going to when you went out there, right?
Yeah.
So did you set out there, you knew you were gonna get locked up. Did you know that you were eventually gonna fight that to the Supreme Court?
Yeah. Well, basically it was 3 different cases. It was there was one case where the song was deemed obscene.
Right.
Took it off the shelf. Then there was another case where the parody was protected by the First Amendment. That was the Roy Orbison case. And that was going through the courts and all these different appeals. And then the third one was after the record was deemed obscene by the federal judge, we went and performed the song.
Yeah.
Right down the street from the courthouse. And just basically said, and so there was, like I say, 3 cases. And when we got the one case overturned, then we had to go to court for the other one, and eventually we won all of them.
And did you had advisors around you at the time that told you?
My lawyer.
And what was he telling you?
Just me and him.
Was he saying, don't do this, you're crazy? Or was he like,
no,
we're going to fight
saying,
this?
do it, you're going to be a hero forever.
That's amazing.
And in the Supreme Court case, it was like, right now, that case is so significant with, and it was intellectual property on the internet. So people use that case to this day. It's probably never a year goes by where folks who are on the internet use the case and they find themselves back at the Supreme Court and they use my case as case law.
Did you always set out when you first got into music, did you set out to be something greater than a performing artist?
No, I just was having fun. I was a DJ and I was having fun. It was like, let's have fun. Let's do something different than everybody else. And before you know it, ended up becoming, oh, this shit is not good. You can't be doing this. And I'm like, we're going to do what we want to do. We just want to be different.
Were you the brainchild of the, hey guys, let's just do it anyways movement?
No doubt about it.
Was everyone else was everyone else in Two Live Crew a little timid to be as rebellious as you?
Well, one of the original members, he didn't want to be a part of doing adult content. Because at that time, there was no such thing as adult content on records. And he didn't want to be a part of it, so he left. Then we found another guy, put him in the group, Brother Marquise. And after that, we just kept going harder and harder.
And you had a fan movement behind you, too.
Yeah.
And that must have been pretty f***ing powerful.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was real cool.
And so do you still identify with that life and what you were doing then? Or was there a point in your life when you just decided to transition into more of a community activist? Did you feel like you represented something greater than music?
I always use my platform.
Yep.
I know what I was here for. I do things that make sense. And so, being a DJ, I had a very strong platform. I probably was the most powerful DJ down here, where I could break records and have big crowds of 10,000 people at a park and shit like that. So I know I could move politics and all that doing that. Then I mean, the music business. The music business, you know, how I was raised up on Pratt Brown, Malcolm X, all these civil rights movement guys. I was taught that a certain way of life. And so at the end of the day, when I became successful, I knew, you know, some of the things that they struggled with was eventually going to reach my doorstep because what we were doing was totally different. So I was able to handle it all, you know, just knowing history and how successful black folks get attacked by the system because you have a power. You have power.
You have power.
And it ain't just black folks. It's anybody with power.
Sure.
They're gonna come after you.
We see it now. Right? Look at our fucking politics now.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone's attacking Elon Musk because he has power.
He has power. You get power. You know, Biggie Smalls said it best. More money, more problems. Yeah, and that means when you have a lot of money, that means you have power. So I mean, you look at all these guys that are crashing and burning. But this guy's going to jail for having parties or whatever.
Oh, did he? Well, I mean, did he also? You know, he had money and he made people like.
A lot of time, the power goes to your brains.
Yeah, he also treated people like animals, and that's a little bit different.
Hey, if you do that, then you
deserve whatever's coming to you.
Yeah, then those people will be the one testifying at your trial.
Exactly. Yeah, you know, it's a giant federal case.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a. I mean, Bill Cosby. I mean, you name it. There's a whole bunch of powerful people who went down.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think though, but there's also good things you can do with money. I always think money amplifies whoever you really are.
Yeah.
Right. If you have integrity, if you have ethics, you're going to do things with integrity and ethical things with money. Right.
Exactly.
I mean, Rick said downstairs, and I didn't like what he said, but he meant the right thing, and I was like, we need to pivot here. But he said money gives you knowledge, and I was like, I don't think that's necessarily correct. But we dove into it a little bit more, and for him, money gave him access to people who have success because they have knowledge in certain industries.
Right.
That's what he meant, and I completely agree with that.
Yeah, you get in certain rooms when you got money.
Exactly.
If you'll get in a room with a bunch of people, with a bunch of other people who got money, and then you have conversations with them, and then you get more money because you're in those rooms. So I can clearly understand that because not too many people want to socialize with broke people.
This is true.
At the end of the day, you know, you go in the room like, who the f*** is this dude? He ain't got no money. You know, we all got the money, but then, you know, you get in certain rooms and you brain wrestle with certain people. Unless
you're young. Like if you're young and broke and have ambition and hustle, you're like, yo, I want that on my team.
Yeah. That's why I always hung around old people.
Yeah.
Because they, you know, again, you know, they paid their dues. They got their knowledge. They made their mistakes, and you know, you listen to them. You don't make hopefully you don't make the same mistakes.
Yeah, I mean that's what smart people do. You learn from other people's mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about sports a little bit.
Sports.
You're a baseball guy. You're a football guy. You always been a sports guy?
Always been a sports guy. I played baseball in high school, and I played football in high school, and I came up through Flamingo Park.
I gotta say this, like I said it out there, like you're sitting down again, you know. So I don't think people who are watching this are gonna understand. Like you're tall. Can you stand up? Real quick?
You be able to capture it all?
I don't know. Can we zoom out? Is that a thing?
All right, let me stand up. Way past the horse.
Like maybe you can just do it just by hip. Like your hip is like higher than mine. You're solid 4 inches taller than me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's probably like if I can just do it by head height. Like if we're standing up, like it's probably like that. Like you're tall. What position did you play in baseball?
I played center field.
I was a center fielder too.
Oh, good.
You're fast?
I got a little speed.
What did you run the 60 in?
I don't remember. That was so.
Did they even do that then? Or they
didn't
were
60s.
Like, yeah, he's fast.
Yeah, they didn't do 60s back then. I played for Skip Bertman.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's a legend.
Legend.
He came, he spoke to our locker room,
Really?
Yeah, because I played for Morris.
Oh, okay.
At Miami.
Right.
And Skip came in. First thing I remember about him is his nose was like super like big, like round nose, right? Like, and he was kind of losing it when he came in, which was unfortunate. But the guy like had such a powerful presence.
Oh yeah.
Like you couldn't hear a mouse fart, right?
Right.
I think that's the phrase, right? Mouse fart.
I never heard that one before.
Did you like it?
No, not really.
Sorry. I meant like it was quiet. People were paying attention. So.
Yeah.
But dude, the guy's presence was unreal.
No, he was my high school coach.
I mean, what a fucking opportunity.
I know, right? That was some amazing shit. And then to just see him grow see him go and become, assistant manager at the Miami, then go to LSU, and then become AD and baseball manager and all that shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, baseball now, like you said, like you didn't even run the 60 back then, right?
Right.
Now they have data on everything.
Everything.
And your son plays.
Yeah.
What's that like?
Oh man, shit! You gotta watch where you go at, because if you ain't prepared, you get put in a database where you're not. If you have a bad day, then they could probably screw you up, because everybody is on this analytic thing. I mean, he plays real good. So, I mean, he's 15, but the good part about it, we took him to camps and when he was in the 8th grade, because I do that with my football players.
Cool.
Take them to camps and let them see different campuses, be around other kids, know what it's like. So when you really have to go to a college camp and really get evaluated, you'll be familiar. It won't be like, all right, there's some new.
Yeah.
So he went camping last year, did really, really good. This year had a great year. So he's doing all right. He's on the right track. Just got to get his throwing. I need to get him up to 80. He's up to like 75 now.
To throw the heavy ball?
Throwing the baseball.
Yeah, but does he throw with a heavy ball for training?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it for me.
Oh, okay.
My arm wasn't that good, and then I started throwing with a heavy ball, and it got less shitty. Right. That was super fast.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because I'm a little younger than you, so they had the 60 when I did my shit.
Right.
And I was really fast. I ran a 6'3".
Oh, okay.
But my arm was not great, so I needed to improve it. So I started throwing the heavy ball. It was awesome.
Oh, okay. Well, I got to get him 2 heavy balls.
But but now, the swing path is all about the launch trajectory, right, and how long you keep your bat in the zone, and everyone has video.
Yeah, everybody got video.
Like we paid like $150,000 at UM for like this big ass. I mean, it was like twice the size of that over there, right?
Really?
And it had all these buttons on it, and you could see in like shitty resolution. And this is in 2007, 2008.
Oh, so you can imagine what this is now.
And I remember, like, we're at a premiere program. We got this thing, and like the resolution was bad, and it was like the frame rate was like this.
Right.
And we would go and we'd sit back and look at analytics. Now, like, you have 4K on an iPad, every single at bat. They got your whole swing path, which is why people are hitting the ball 9,000 feet.
Yeah.
Torpedo bats and.
Torpedo bats. Exactly.
Does your son have an Instagram?
Yeah.
Does he have like a ton of followers and like this baseball profile and all the accessories and shit?
I have to look at it. I gotta look at it, because that's one thing I haven't done yet. Because I know I post a bunch of shit on my page, because obviously I got more, and then I talk about him on there, and I follow the schools that he like. But I gotta go and really monitor his page.
I apologize to your son in advance for bringing that up. Like, I don't know if he's got controversial shit on there.
No, he bet not.
And
no, he knows.
But
better.
You don't even know. Now you're gonna look at it and you're gonna be like,
he'll be like, yeah.
Told me to.
Yeah.
Have you always been a night owl?
Yeah.
Like you're 5 hours late today.
Yeah, I am.
And that's awesome, because you just come in ready to go.
Yeah, 5 hours late that's a norm for me.
I wish I had known that. I would have drank fucking coffee or something.
Yeah. You'd have been all right.
Rick, is falling asleep on the couch downstairs.
I know, right? No Rick.
He's fragile.
Yeah, I guess you're the replacement now.
I'm the next best thing, and I'm sorry if I disappoint you.
Oh, you cool. I'm the
realist.
You're talking baseball. I never do interviews talking baseball. Nobody mentions it at all.
I mean, I could talk forever about baseball, but you got a kid, so like you clearly care about your kid.
Yeah,
talk about
that's
shit.
where I was at. I was at practice. I was reminded about this. Normally I'm not late. I'm 30 minutes ahead of time. But I was reminded of this yesterday. It was like, because I was calling my homeboy, he knows Rick. I was like, I'm trying to figure out what day I'm supposed to do this Rick thing. And then he called him up and then sent me a flyer. I'm like, oh. Meanwhile, I got 1,000 things on my schedule. And I'm like, oh, this is not going to be good.
But it is good. This is great.
Yeah, it's great.
Because now I'm the replacement, you know?
Exactly.
I'm faker Rick Ross than the fake Rick Ross.
Exactly. Too bad we won't be talking about you and baseball because that's not
Don't
good.
say that. Stop.
That's not
Stop
good right now.
Stop. But holistically, like they've been a great program. And right now it's not.
This Saturday you could bring your dog to the game.
Do you have a dog?
Yeah, my son told me, hey, Dad, take the dog because he's going on a ski trip. He was like, take the dog. I'm like, why in the do they have dog day at I guess they're not drawing no people.
It's Bark in the Park is what
Bark
it is.
in the Park. Yeah.
You understand marketing, right?
I thought that was only, back in the days the dogs couldn't get a seat at baseball stadium, so I guess
it's different now.
It's
very different
you
now.
gotta bring the dogs and
Bitch in the pitch. Bitch and pitch. Is that better?
Bitch and pitch.
That's the 2 Live Crew version of Bark in the Park, right?
Yeah. After you lose to FIU.
So how'd you, dude? Come on.
I know.
Don't go there. I don't
of
just want to shit on these guys. They're trying really hard this year.
proud of them.
What? So you're now coach at Edison, right?
Yeah, I'm the head coach.
I mean, that's a big deal.
That's all right.
I'm telling you, it's a big deal. Don't be humble. It's a big deal. So how do you make? And here's why I think it's a big deal. No disrespect. I don't think being a high school football coach is like the most impressive thing in the world. I think it's a really big deal that you've been fighting in the fucking Supreme Court for free speech. You're a hot DJ. You're making crazy money being a hit record maker with 2 Live Crew. You've done insane shit, toured all over the world. And now you decide, you know what? I'm going to be a head football coach.
Yeah.
How'd you make that decision?
Well, the thing is, football is like a rite of passage. I started with my second check, my youth program, Liberty City Optimists, which is, this is probably our 37th year in existence. We have over...
You know how long I've been on Earth?
How long?
37 years.
Okay, well, I started my youth program around that time when you were born. And we've been pumping out great academic kids and athletes and things like that out of the program. Great program. And so I always say that, look, when my career died down, I'm going to go back to the program that I started and start coaching, because I like coaching ball, and I ended up going down there and won some national championships, and then it became, okay, all right, you got to go to high school.
Yeah.
And I ended up going to high school with some of the kids, and before you know it, it became, oh, you're this great defensive coordinator, you're a great linebacker coach, and then I started going to bigger schools and things like that, and next thing you know, it was like, I always take on these difficult projects. And so this particular school, because it was like going to high school, was because I was taking advantage of other teams because of the knowledge and the passion that I put into it. I was just beating the shit out of everybody down here. And then they moved to high school for another challenge, did good there. And then I was like, all right, I need to be a head coach because I always was a defense coordinator. Let me go do that. let me take the worst team in Miami.
Yeah.
Team that won one game, scored 7 points. Let me go over there and test my coaching ability, and that's how I ended up at Miami Edison, becoming the head coach.
Was there any fear with that, or you were like, I'm gonna do this?
Nah, I'm always challenging myself.
Yeah.
Put me in the worst situation, and I'll figure a way out. Once I took the job, and there was only 8 kids that showed up to practice. It was like, okay, what the am I doing here?
Was it because there's no interest in football, or they?
No interest in football.
And is it like, what's the demographic at Edison?
Mostly Haitian.
Mostly Haitian.
Yeah, 90% Haitian.
So, I mean, are Haitians just not into football?
Well, they are now. Little back then, but five years ago, the school just wasn't. Haitians are into football, but they would go someplace else and play. And then the community was being gentrified, so it wasn't like it was before when Edison was a dominant program, where the kids from Little Haiti would go in there. It's not Little Haiti anymore.
Right.
Fucking Magic City.
Yeah.
Lemon City.
Little River.
All that. Yeah, it's not, yeah. So it's, those places where there were, the projects have now turned into condominiums and shit like that.
Yeah, how can we make the most money and fit as many people in here? Yeah, gentrification at its finest. But that's Miami right now.
That's Miami, no doubt about it.
But so for you, so you use your platform, because the story of you becoming a high school football coach is, like, that's interesting. So you got to think kids were like, let me go play for Uncle Luke. That could be.
Yeah, their parents. I mean, most of the kids didn't know. They know who I am based off of their favorite artists.
Yeah.
Singing about me. I sampled in my music.
Yeah.
Something like that. But.
Do they ever, like, play your shit in the locker room?
No, they play totally different music.
Do you look at it now and you're like, man, my shit wasn't that offensive compared to what they have now?
Yeah, I know I paved the way.
100%.
To say what the fuck they want to say.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you had Eminem talking about killing people, killing all sorts of members of his family.
You said that on his record?
Killing people?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a song called Kim where he murders his wife.
Oh, yeah.
And puts her in a trunk.
To the lyrics of that.
Puts her in the shotgun. I will tell you, it's genius. It's if you're, squeamish, which you're not.
Right.
You probably can't listen to it, but it's like the most aggressive shit.
Yeah, he's great.
He's the best.
Yeah.
J. Cole's unbelievable too.
Oh, J. Cole is great.
Who do you listen to now?
You name it. Everybody but Kanye West.
Yeah, he's
off the wagon.
You can't listen to him now, but I'll tell you, my beautiful dark twisted fantasy, genius record.
No, all that shit he did was genius.
Genius.
Yeah, they just should lock him up in a studio and let him be creative in that manner.
But that's a guy. It's like mo money, mo problems, right?
Yeah.
Had power and then became powerless.
Most great artists are kind of a little weird,
Do you consider yourself an artist?
Yeah, and I'm weird. Yeah.
You're just late. You're not. I don't think you're weird.
Nocturnal.
Was that weird? You just
somewhat.
I think you're pretty normal.
Yeah. Well.
I mean, I don't know.
For the 5
with you.
Here. Yeah.